No, I don't want to leave Etnies alone. I want to make Etnies great again. So you guys, after my Jocelyn video, I did get hit up by somebody from Etnies, and they were, basically like they said, hey, if you want to get in touch with our Canadian distributor, here it is. So I could have got on the free shoe train, but instead of that, I said, no, what I really want to do is give you guys some ideas, what I think could really help Etnies blow up again, because I think that they are on the cusp of being able to do that. Out of all the Soltec brands, I think it has the most potential to really hit right now. So I gave them my ideas, and then this is what I got back. Okay, now before you think that I just made this video out of spite because they didn't get back to me, it actually has nothing to do with that. I think they just didn't know what to do with somebody who is grandiose enough to think that they should be suggesting what they should do with their company. But no, the real reason is because I just have such a soft spot for the company. In the early to mid 90s, it was the company, and it was my favorite shoe company. And then around 97, 98, they made a decision to take the company mainstream, kind of the same way Airwalk did. Before we compare them to them, we should note that they did create S at the same time that they took Etnies mainstream, and then they also created Emerica. So Etnies was like a really good company to kind of funnel money into Soltec. And the mainstream money from Etnies really helped support professional skateboarders in the Soltec brand. So it's not fair to say they went full Airwalk. But either way, my point is I always had a soft spot for Etnies, and I always wanted to see the old models made again. So that was more or less the plan I suggested to them, was that you need to get some nice, pretty basic colorways of the old models and start producing those. And the reason I want that is because once I started skating these again, like the Jocelyn's were one of my favorite shoes I've skated in a long time. As soon as I put them on and started skating them, I was like, oh yeah, I know this shoe. I know how it skates. It fits my foot right. It does all the kick flips and heel flips right. It was really durable, like incredibly durable. I only stopped skating it because it just got so flexible over time. So comfortable too. But it just got to the point that I felt I would skate better with a new shoe. So I ended up skating the MC Wraps. And I think this is the best colorway they've done of them so far. I liked this shoe so much. This is about 6 solid weeks of skating. The only reason I stopped skating them was because I eventually had no grip on my board. It's the summer, my board's constantly covered in dust and wax, and I just couldn't feel it sticking to my feet anymore. But in terms of how it flicked, even at this point, it still did perfect poppy kick flips. The heel flips were great. This actually was kind of my perfect shoe. I haven't had a shoe I've liked so much in a really long time. There's a few things I would change about it. Like for one, I think the perforations is overkill. I would rather have my foot be a little hotter and have less perforations. I think it would look better. I think the 93, no, you guys don't need that on there. It's not relevant to everybody. Don't like the logo on the back. I think it kind of takes away from the shoe. I don't like the way it looks in footage. I also think that this collar could be padded up just a tiny bit, not as much as like, say, something like a Kingpin, which actually, if you're looking for a bulky but simple Etnies shoe, I think the Kingpin is like pretty sick. It's probably too bulky for me, but I think it's one of those underrated shoes that people could actually start skating and people would be like, whoa, that's a sick shoe actually. You know, if you're looking for something that not everybody is wearing, check out the Etnies Kingpin. I think it's got potential. If they made a slightly scaled down version of that one, like slightly less puffy tongue, I would skate it. I just don't want my shoe to look like it's about 6 inches wide. The OG XLs, those are ridiculous. Like this shoe is actually the perfect middle ground between an OG XL and the Slim XL, because I know the Slim XLs are gonna hurt my feet and I know the OG XLs are just ludicrously large. This is actually the perfect middle ground shoe. So when I found this one, I was very excited. I was like, oh, okay, as long as they just keep making these in some nice colorways, I'm gonna keep skating these. And then they did this. Etnies, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really disappointed in those colorways. Personally, I think they're pretty gross, and I think the 93 especially takes away from the shoe. You guys just gotta let go of that 93 thing. I don't think anybody wants it there. And I don't think anybody wants to skate those colorways. The brown and sort of yellowish one was like almost nice, but for whatever reason, I think just the layout of all the shoes, like when you look at it in those pictures, something about the way this exact MC wrap has been designed isn't lending itself very nicely to the two-tone colorways. I think if you guys did more sort of mono color ones, like the new one that you did with Bones, that collab, that one looks really good. I would skate that one. The black and red one you guys did that is supposed to be kind of a takeoff on this old MC wrap is, in my opinion, even more hideous than the yellow and brown one. So I'm just being honest, letting out the full depth of my emotions on my disappointment of these shoes. But yeah, I think Etnies has so much potential. They have so many awesome old models like the Scam. They absolutely need to be putting out the Scam again. In fact, I think the Scam should be like a staple shoe in their lineup. I said that in both of my messages. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and you should have been commenting this whole time. Let me know what you thought about Etnies in the past. What are your associations? I think that they should stop using this logo so much on their shoes. Like if they used that old logo, the E with the star in it, that was a really good logo. I think they should be putting that on the back of their shoes if they're going to put anything in on the tongue of the shoes. I think it would do a lot better. As for this logo, you know what? I have a soft spot. The Etnies low cuts from like 92, 93, those looked good. You know, I think it looked good. But overall, I still think this shoe would actually look better without it. That's just my personal opinion. My favorite colorway of the Joslyn currently is actually the Bones collab Joslyn, and I like the way the logo looks on that one, the black one. It's a good looking one. I would definitely skate that shoe. I like the Joslyns a lot, but they are, I would say, just a bit too much padding on the sole sometimes. Like, I felt like I could technically skate better in the MC wraps than the Joslyns. When I went from the Joslyns to the MC wraps, all of a sudden, when I was trying to do kickflip back tails, it felt a lot easier. I felt more connected to my board. The Joslyns, I think, are like such a good hucking shoe, and I have pretty good pop in the Joslyns because they really, the Michelin rubber actually grabs really nicely. So I don't think that the Michelin rubber is just a gimmick. I think it's actually really good. I even have been seeing some colorways of the Marana that I would consider wearing. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I mean, I just think that these shoes could do really well. Because if you like Dunks and you like the way they skate, or you think, well, I want a shoe that's similar to it, but actually skates better, I think all the Etnies are similar because, I mean, look at these, right? Like, this is based off of that shoe. You know, it's almost the same, but this one, in my opinion, skates way better. I can actually kickflip in these from day one until like, you know, 6 weeks in. Still good. Whereas Dunks, I never get a good kickflip. They either rocket flip and don't flip properly because the sole on a Dunk, the outsole sticks out way further than the actual suede. So I can't feel the board connect to my foot until all of this rubber starts to wear away. And then at that point, I can't actually get a nice popped kickflip because there's no more rubber. So there was no sweet spot where I could ever fully enjoy Dunks. These shoes, on the other hand, the sweet spot kind of lasted the whole shoe. So that's why I'm so into Etnies. The fact that they were so rad is why they're so close to my heart. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of my business plan for Etnies. Do you think I'm way out to lunch and have no place messaging them and telling them my ideas and making a video like this? Or do you think I actually have some half-decent ideas? Don't hold back. I can take it. Anyways, that's it. That's why I haven't left Etnies alone yet. I think there's huge potential, but for whatever reason, I'm just not seeing it coming through in the colorways of the models and some of the designs. But maybe they don't want to make it. Maybe they think my boring old designs for Etnies are just going to not sell, not go off the shelf. I don't know. I can't see their marketing. I don't see their numbers. It's just me wanting what I used to have. Anyways, I'm done. I hope you guys are doing awesome. That's it. I have nothing more to say on the matter. Maybe. good sign. That was the first one I've tried.